If you have a SaaS business or a startup, one of the most devastating mistakes you can do is building the landing page wrong. It can lead to low sales, an empty pipeline, and raging investors. On the other hand, building a landing page right can be a golden ticket to a profitable business, high margins, and easy investments. In this video, we are going to go over the 6 key steps to building a high-converting landing page. These 6 steps can be applied if you are a designer, business owner, or a CMO in an early-stage startup, and by the end of the video, you'll know everything about how you can improve your landing page and turn that traffic into sales. I also added 2 often overlooked mistakes many companies do that ruin their chance at selling their product. So be sure to stick until the end for those 2. The first step to a great landing page is good structure. Keep in mind, the goal of the landing page is not to be creative, but to provide clarity about your product to your customers. A landing page is separated into 6 main parts plus the footer and navigation bar at the top. Right below the navigation bar, there's the hero section. Your title and subtitle are probably the most important piece of content that you will add to your landing page. Here's a famous quote from David Ogilvy on writing headlines. On the average, 5 times as many people read the headline as they read the body copy. When you have written your headline, you have spent 80 cents out of your dollar. This means that the headline accounts for 80% of the results of your website. So we have to make sure it's good. The goal here is to clearly show how we can help in the first 5 seconds of opening the page. Here's an example of a heading we use at Flowout. It provides a full description of the service while still sounding attractive. To make the heading successful, stay away from vague phrasings like all-in-one design solution for your brand, and focus on telling as much about your service in as little words as possible. In this case, a heading like a no-code tool that helps you launch your website in seconds would be much better. The most important thing below the heading is a good call to action. Focus on making it short and use action-oriented text. You can also use colors and wording to increase urgency and enthusiasm. We want to get the person to click on the button and sign up. So don't hold back too much on fair sales pushiness on this one. We'll talk more about CTAs later in the video. According to Power Reviews, there's a 76.7% lift in conversion when consumers are exposed to at least one review compared to those exposed to none. So even a mere presence of a review on a website will almost double your conversion rate. To make them even more attractive, try to include big names and brands that you've worked with in the past. Another way of making a very attractive review is to make it personal. A personal review from a successful CEO or founder will work even better than a list of logos. People like to see people, so the more personal reviews you get, the better. You created a short description of what you do in the headline, but this section is the one where you go in depth on how our product works. Here, you should list your most important benefits that support your key value proposition. Every benefit is like a mini headline. It should contain a header that gets visitors hooked, a short paragraph that explains the value, and then the image that supports the messaging. The viewer can know what he can expect from us in seconds, and that makes him a lot more likely to buy. A good practice when writing about benefits is disclosing different use cases your service has. If what you offer is too complex to be covered in just a couple of points, you can also use video to explain it more in depth. Now, a lot of people mix up benefits with features, and including both is really important. While features include factual information about your product, the benefits are more emotional or subjective. They talk about how the customer will benefit from the product. Once your visitors are already reading your page, a good call to action is the most important if we want to turn visitors into customers. We don't want to come across salesy, but a good rule of thumb is to include at least 2 or 3 actionable CTAs across your web page. You should think of these buttons as actionable next steps in fulfilling the claim in your header. For example, Uber's claim is to get in the driver's seat and get paid, so the CTA they use is sign up to drive. Webflow promises the site you want without the downtime. Their CTA is start building. We are an unlimited Webflow design and web development subscription service, so our CTA is get a demo. You can also test different wordings to see if you can improve the click-through rates on your CTAs. There are mixed views on including pricing on your website. On one hand, it makes it easier to filter out people who are not in your target audience range, but on the other, you can also scare away prospects that don't have enough information about what you offer yet. Although we have two schools of thought on pricing, the experts usually agree on one thing: the more inexpensive the service, the better it is to include pricing. But if you also have premium packages or enterprise offers, leave room for a customized package. That way, the big prospects can reach out for a custom quote, while smaller clients can quickly see if your service or product is for them. As you can see, we include pricing on our website, but also keep an enterprise custom offer open. Sales is about answering objections, and your visitors will not buy from you if they have a question lingering in their head after they've gone through your offer. FAQs are not only a good way to answer every question or doubt that your viewer may have, it helps you qualify the content as relevant or irrelevant to the search engines, and it solves objections of people looking into buying from you. Now, I know you've probably been a bit anxious since I mentioned the two devastating mistakes companies do in the beginning of the video. So, here they are. People don't have short attention spans, and thinking they do could make you write worse copy than you could. The better way to think about copy is that people have short consideration spans, and they need to get hooked fast. Just think about it. If you need 10 minutes to remotely understand the service a website is describing, how long are you going to be reading it? In our company, we have 3 rules that keep us from writing bad copy. Rule number 1 is to provide clear value and explain everything like we would to a 5-year-old. Rule number 2 is to seize every chance we can to increase desire to buy with jokes, reviews, testimonials, and attractive CTAs. Rule number 3 is to follow the rules and drop in confusion. The structure of the website has to be simple and intuitive, so the visitors can browse easily. No creative navigation bars allowed. We also have a video about how to write website copy that converts that you can watch here. The second mistake a lot of companies do is to build a website and just forget about it. Sometimes visitors understand certain parts of the website differently than we imagine them to. There are even cases where people leave a website because they want to click on something that looks like a button but isn't one. To keep your website updated and optimized, use tools like Google Analytics and Heatmap to show how visitors are using your site. You will see many places where people are losing attention or getting frustrated. Every improvement there will directly affect conversions. Contrary to the popular belief, this is one of the most important parts of web development. Having a stagnant website can even result in a company going bankrupt. Users' behavior changes over time, and we don't want to lose sales because of failing to adapt. Before you click off this video, here are 2 more that could help you build your brand and increase conversions in the long run. If this video brought you any value, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe for more tips on marketing, website building, and webflow design. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.